Hello dear students. So today's class, let us look into the marine insurance. So marine insurance, the contract where it's an agreed by the insurer to undertake or for indemnifying the insured in a manner and to the extent thereby agreed against the marine losses. So any loss that is incurred due to the marine related incident or losses, then it will be covered by the insurance company, and that agreement is called as marine insurance. So marine insurance covers, or it gives coverage for the financial protection from total losses or partial damages of sea-going ships and cargoes. So for the ships as well as the cargoes or the materials or the goods that are loaded in the ship, so it will be covering the both. Next, what we have is the types of marine insurance. So let us look into this. So first one what we have is hull insurance. So what is this hull? Hull refers to the main body of the ship. Okay, so hull insurance covers physical damage to the ship itself, or we call it as vessel. Okay, vessel is the body of the ship. So it is any damage caused to the ship or its vessel, then it will be covered. Now what are the insurances that are covered in this? It is like damage to the hull of the ship or the vessel, including any of its machinery or equipment of the ship, any damage or loss due to ships due to the fire, theft, burglary, or sometimes even the accidental damages due to earthquake, lightning also will be covered here. Damages done by other ships. Okay, if other ships comes and collides with this particular ship, so that also will be covered. Next, what we have is the second one, protection and indemnity insurance. So this is provided by usually for the ship owners mutual insurance, it is, which is covering the liabilities to the third party as well as the risk which are not covered in any other insurances. So the protection usually takes care of the risk which are connected with ownership of the vessel. For example, related for the owner, the crew members, if something happens to your crew members, and for that you will be taking, as well as the risk which is related to hiring of the ship, that is cargo related claims will be there in this protection and indemnity. Next, what we have is the third one, freight insurance. Loss of earnings if goods are damaged, lost, or not delivered. Okay, so freight you remember what's that, moving the goods from one place to another, right? So if it is lost or it is not delivered, in that case it is a loss for whom? It is for the ship owner. See, here in the ship you should remember, ship owner is different and the goods owner is different. Can you understand? See, if I am a manufacturer, then if I have to load it, I have to have some ship owner, right? So through them I am carrying my goods. So it is not that the manufacturer himself will go to ship and he will do, no. So we are giving it to a other party. So in that case, freight insurance protects the freight forwarder or the owner of the carrier. So whoever is carrying the goods, so for him the protection will be given. So that is called as freight insurance. The last one we have is marine cargo insurance. See, in the previous case it was freight insurance. There the insurance gives protection to the carrier, whoever is acting as a carrier who carries the goods from one place to another, so it protects him. Next one, marine cargo, is the manufacturer. If I am the manufacturer, I am taking insurance for my goods while it is transmitted from one place to another. So it is designed to protect the owner of the goods. So that is what is called as cargo. Okay, marine cargo. So cargo insurance caters specifically to the marine cargoes which is carried usually by ships and any of the damages that occurs during carriage. Okay, so these are the different types of insurances. See, next what we have is insurance policy. So there is a difference between insurance and insurance policies, right? See, we have in the life insurance also we have different term insurance, endowment, whole life, right? Under that again we have different policies. So similarly here also These are the first 4 main types of insurances. Under that we have different types of marine insurance policies. So let us see one by one, very easy policy. So first understand, so first one, voyage policy. What is voyage policy? Voyage means what? Movement, right, from one place to another. So it is a specific policy which is usually taken for a single lot of consignment or a goods, which means if you are shipping from Mangalore port to US, okay, so for that route you are taking the policy. So that is what it is called as voyage policy. So the exporter needs to purchase insurance cover every time when he is sending his ship from one place to another. Okay, so next time when I am taking my goods from India to Sri Lanka, so that voyage is different, route is different, right? So for each route you are taking the policy, so that is called as voyage policy. Second one we have is time policy. Okay, time policy in marine insurance is usually they will take for 1 year. So one can also issue for more than 1 year. So this is called as time policy. Okay, it where a time is fixed for it, to that time period only the coverage will be there. So in policy usually it is for 1 year or more than 1 year. So if there is a specific time, so within that time the policy will be taken or it makes good, which means, for example, if I travel, okay, my ship is traveling from India to Sri Lanka, okay, so here route is not important for us, the time is important. 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, okay, so that is called as time policy. Next one, mixed policy. Mixed itself, it says name, voyage and time both are considered, then we call it as mixed policy. India to US, okay, so time, how much you are taking? 2 years time. Okay, that means from India to US, whenever your ship is moving within that 2 years, insurance coverage will be there. So that is called as mixed policy. Next one is valued policy. Valued marine insurance policy, wherein the value of the cargo and consignment is ascertained. Okay, you see what is the value of the cargo or a goods that is shipped from one place to another, therefore it is called as valued policy. First you see the value and then you take the policy on that, so that is called as valued policy. Next one we have is open or unvalued policy. It is the opposite of valued, where you are not initially going to value the cargo beforehand, therefore the reimbursement will be done after the loss of the cargo and consignment is inspected. So there is no valuation. Okay, when you take a policy, you don't value, when you don't value it and give a value for your consignment, we call it as unvalued. There is no particular value for that. Only after the loss they will come and inspect what is the loss. Based on the loss they will give the reimbursement. Next one we have is floating policy, which keeps on changing, the name suggests. Okay, so floating policy, where regularly in a particular geographical area you have to purchase a marine policy every time when you change the place. Okay, you have to keep on changing the policy also, because for different country different kind of premium is charged and different risk is involved. So therefore you keep on changing as you change the route of your ship. So whenever you are going for a different ship route, your policy will be changing. So that is called as floating policy. Next one we have is wagering policy. It is usually not so famous, or it is not so important kind of policy. Usually the insurance company will not cover it. So what is this wager is, there is no fixed term for reimbursement. Okay, nothing is mentioned how we are going to reimburse. Sometimes it's a cheaper kind of policy, where sometimes if anything goes wrong, then they can claim from the insurance company only if insurance company is willing to repay based on the genuinity of the risk or based on the genuinity of the loss, then they will pay it. It's not compulsory they need to pay. It's the cheapest form of policy. Next, what we have is the port risk policy. The name itself suggests. Okay, this is a policy taken for the port risk. Any losses or any damages that happens when your ship is halted in the port. Okay, so in that case, if something goes wrong, for that you are taking the insurance policy. So that policy is called as port risk policy. So these are the different types of insurance and insurance policies. Thank you.